We'll spin around here. Whoa! Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Guess what? Today we're testing out the HOVERAir X1 ProMax version. Little mini pocketable drone you can just fold up, put in your pocket, take anywhere with you, skiing, cycling, walking, or whatever. But today's gonna be all about how good this thing actually is, pros and cons. It's got a lot of good things about it, and it's got a few bad things about it too. How good is it? Let's find out. So this one here is the cycling combo. This is the one I have here. So that's what's in this box. And then that's why I had them send this extra stuff, because I also wanted these extra peripherals to try them out. Wow. So we've got a 2-layer deal here. Voila. Whoa, everything's linked together. Whoa, this is cool. Look at this. It's like a saddlebag. 2 packages that zip together. Look at this. What a great idea, man. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. Not too bad. So zip it up like this. Does have like a semi waterproof zipper here. Sure, the shoulder strap's going to be in here. Let's open this side first. Power adapter. So that's that 65 watt for fast charging. And here is the multi-charger. Let's see what we got on the other side. Shoulder strap. And then Velcro shut. Magnetic adapter mount for the beacon. The beacon itself can also go into these 2 little controller sticks, so you can control it like that. ND filters, way cool. Handlebar mount for the bike. Just open the repair kit, and basically 4 propellers. Kind of neat how they have them all on these little foam studs. Screwdriver, and we just have 2 protectors here with magnets on them. Let's open the main event up, okay? And open this bad boy up. Here we go, sliding it out. So a couple more magnets there holding it together. And voila. They kind of went the extra mile on packaging. Very nice. So here's the drone here sitting in its little cubby. Charge it on the drone, in the multi-charger, or in the charge case. So it does have an Android or an iOS app. USB-C to C, about a foot or so long. Another bag. This is specifically just for the drone itself. Guys, I'm also reviewing the Neo 2. It'll be in my channel. Well, the reason I mention that is because check out the camera, how it flips up when it shuts down. That's like a precautionary measure, which the Neo 2 also does. So there's our camera. It's supposed to do 4K, 60 frames per second. We're going to test all that out. So it is a 2-axis gimbal. We have a roll axis and we have a pitch axis, but there is no kind of side-to-side axis. It's just all rubber dampers, ground sensing camera, as well as LiDAR. Taking a look at the rear, check this out. So 2 more sensors and a camera. I doubt that this is going to be omnidirectional, but it looks like the rear's taken care of and the front. So possibly a little weird on the sides. You might crash on the sides, but we're going to test that all. We have a single button press on the top, and then we have these 2 side ring buttons for left and right for choosing modes. Looks like we're just pulling the battery off, kind of like it was in the X1 original non-pro version. Would have been cool to see like a little tab to push or something, but they're keeping it simple. All you do is push in the back and plop down the front. So if you did hit hard on something, it looks like this might fall out, but it's pretty in there. It'd be hard to kind of get your fingers in there unless you're really trying to poke through with your pinky, or maybe a kid is trying to poke their fingers through. So you're still going to want to be careful. So they give you this little sample to try to break. And this is just to show you how durable this plastic is. Look at that. And this is the material they're using in the whole drone. Okay, all the plastic. So it looks like it will bend. Like I'm really tweaking it there. See how it will bend? But it takes that much to bend it, and then it just comes back. Not cracking or anything. And by the way, guys, this is wintertime. You may notice by all the snow everywhere. And it's around 40 degrees today. We'll just put it camera down first and put it right down into the bag. You can put it either way you wanted. It's a little bit big to fit in like a jeans pocket. I can fit it in here. It's just a little bulky, right? So you got to have some baggy jeans. Probably easier to put it in like your sweater pocket or something. The last thing in the box, guys, is all the info. And this is a pretty hefty manual here. That's crazy. Wow. Looks like they're providing these stickers if you want to kind of dress your drone up. Kind of cool. I don't know why we need 4 sets though. The same thing. Battery safety, warranty card, disclaimer, and the instruction manual. Okay guys, so just to save you the unboxing time, I went ahead and unboxed everything here Here we have the 65-watt adapter, bike mount, clip design, kind of like how the DJI guys have their Osmo and stuff. So you can clip this. So you have multiple options here. You don't have to have your phone if you don't want to. You don't have to have anything if you don't want to. You can just fly that sucker with hands-free, with no phone or nothing. This is a ingenious idea. You basically connect these two little guys, clip them all together, pull these guys out, tilt them down, put your phone in here. Pixel A9 phone, and then here's the little joysticks here. They even give you two types of joysticks. Here's the multi-charger, 2 batteries with the battery on top, so you have a total of 3 batteries. N8, 16, 32, and 64 ND filter. Those things are pretty nice looking. There's actually an app option to turn on if you want to use those. Last but not least, guys, is this guy here. So this is the power case. You pop it in this case, and check this out. So we're going to pull it open. If you look over here, there is a connector that it needs to push into the drone. They actually have 2 of them right here on the sides. So you pull this little adapter out and you see that thing there? Just basically a very super short USB-C connector right there. And that's going to actually go into the drone. Just push it into the USB-C on the drone. Slide it into that outside slot where the tab is. And when you push it in, it locks in and you get a charge notification with the percentage of the actual drone battery, how much charge the drone has. And then the top LED lights right here, that's going to show you how much charge the actual battery has in the power case. Input and an output port right here, and that's going to give us the ability to plug in and charge the case before we get out there, and also output power. So if we have a predicament where we need to charge our phone or something, take this skiing with you and you have a warm drone ready to go. Okay guys, what do you say we try the ProMax out? With that higher wattage charger that was supplied with this combo, I have a battery in my pocket as well here. Took about a half an hour from these batteries were charged up about 23 or 25%. And it also took about a half an hour if you pop your drone in here. They're calling it a thermal case. Remember, they have thermal up here. It seems like it's just relying on the heat from charging the battery, and it's keeping that little bit of warmth in the case for those extra cold days. So it seems like that's working pretty well. For this first flight, we're just going to be using the phone, the drone. I haven't even connected it yet, so let's go through that real quick. I'm just going to install, just go HOVERAir X1, search in your Android or Apple, and I see a HOVER00 robotics app. So I'm going to install that here. 85 megabytes just about. You can either try now or create an account. Let's open this thing up. And let's give it our first power up here. Quick tap, I'm showing 100% on the drone there. Let's just do a hold down tap. See if it comes on. Yep. I'm hearing a fan kick on.
Battery current mode, hover. Please download the mobile app to connect and activate the device.
Wow, it's already saying battery firmware updating. Tap to connect. Just have that little green thing there. Let's see if we can find it. Permissions are on. Oh, okay, we got to tap on that. We'll go precision while using app and allow access to nearby app devices. Find and connect, allow. Let's press that again. There we go. Here it is. It detects it, and let's connect. Blue and green on that front light, and let's activate it. Activation successful. I'm going to click that again. So do this if you want to. Let's just go ahead and see what it asks us to do. It's in the hover mode. It keeps saying that, and let's just press it once on top.
The device will hover after completing the flight path. Please hold out your hand and place it 1 foot below the device, and wait for the device to land on your palm. Continue. Hover.
Okay. Telling us what to do. All right. Still sounds like a little mosquito. See that light on the front? That means it is recording. So hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you can see this and everything looks good. It's not like the Neo 2 where you can put your hand out anywhere and it detects your hand. You have to go underneath it and land like that. And then we'll just press land it on the app. Changing flight mode. So left and right on the button here. Just ring around the main button.
Zoom out. Follow. Orbit. Bird eye. Dolly track. Ski mode.
Cool.
Hover.
So that hover was kind of just like a tripod in the air, right? So let's try a follow.
Follow.
And then we have mid and flat that are coming up on the screen here. We're 94% power up here. Let me see if I hold to the right. Ah, yes. Okay, see how flat is now flashing. Not giving me any voice prompts, but I can see on the screen high, low, and flat. Let's do a high follow. I'm gonna press and hold the right ring button again. And now the other one's flashing mid, far, close. Let's do mid, high. Okay, I'm gonna press the middle button to save it. So got it. And then it has this Omni terrain icon on the top left. And what this means is when it's lit up, it can fly 1.5 meters over water, cliffs, large uniform surfaces, rice fields, and ocean of flowers. Understood. Okay, interesting. Unless that icon is on the top left of the screen, it says don't fly in those environments. Don't show again. Got it. And it does have a firmware update, guys. I'm just going to do this real quick. Let's see how fast it is with my phone. Let's go ahead and update. It's trying to connect through the Wi-Fi and it's trying to download the update through the Wi-Fi. So it just said connect again there. And let's see if we can do this. All right. So that is pretty quick. We're literally getting like 2% a second. So this should be super quick update. Let's just see what happens. I like to show you guys this stuff just because if you're just got this drone, you're beginning, you really don't want to mess it up with an update and brick your drone, right? So what we'll probably see is a reboot and software flash on the drone. Let's keep an eye on it. So you see that blue light there, updating, it's kind of glowing off and on. On the front, updating firmware, please do not remove the battery on that top screen there. We've gone about 2 minutes now, letting the blue light just flash and being patient here. Here we go. Light went off. Looks like the drone is rebooting. I'm hearing the fan on the drone. You hear that? It's got an internal fan. Rebooting again.
Update.
All right, so we're back to follow mode and all we need to do is press done here. Cool, so we got this screen we're starting at. We have information up at the top left, 91% on our battery, 52 gigabytes of remaining storage for video. And then we have all these things kind of like in an orbit galaxy type of view here, which is interesting. Let's just check out the flight modes here. Bird's eye, spiral, manual, snapshot, dolly track, ski mode, cycling mode, 360 spin, dolly zoom, indoor follow, and angle track. So you can pick which things you want to do here, or remember you can press them on here and cycle through.
Orbit.
Let's see if that new one,
Spiral.
There it is. And they changed the voice a little bit with that update.
Bird's eye.
You hear that? It sounds less robotic. So click on hover settings. Now this is what you usually want to go into before you fly and just make sure everything is how you want. I can see right away that it's in 4K 30 frames per second mode. You can change that for each mode, it looks like. Remember I had picked mid and high from the drone. You can also set those from the phone itself. See, low, high, flat. You can apply it to all modes. That's nice. So if you didn't want to keep changing individual modes, you can pick what you want and then apply it to all. Wow, HLG, slow-mo, H-log, and HDR. That's awesome. Resolution frame rate. This is where I wanted to see if we could change to 60. And yes, we can, guys. 4K sliding to 60. What about 8K? We can do 8K 30. Wow. So if you're an 8K kind of guy. So let's just try this. I'm going to apply to all modes because I want all to be 60 frames per second right now. All right. This is kind of neat. So if you lose your hover in the forest, you can...
Find me mode is enabled. In the event of an unexpected landing, the audio broadcast will play repeatedly until you press a button.
I like that. So I'm going to leave that on. This thing crashes into a tree. I want it to keep chiming so I can find it, right? Voice commands. Tell it to do things. And here's all the commands right here. Hi, hover. Take off.
Middle. Follow.
There we go, guys. And waiting for that red, and it's recording. So that's cool. Unfortunately, I can't see any video on my phone. As you can see, my phone is just video-less, but it is following me. And it's going to be listening for the speaker on my phone to give it commands. So let's try this one. Hi, hover. Let's just like stop the whole thing plus the recording. Is it gonna land right there? No, I don't want it to land. Oh well. I guess I screwed up by saying hi, hover. Hi, hover. Take off.
Middle. Follow.
See that?
Please hold the device to face the user.
Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can crouch down. Hi, hover. Take off.
Middle. Follow. Please hold the device to face the user.
All right. I thought it would be a little better with that kind of stuff than the first one. Let's try a manual control real quick. It's just giving me a little tutorial. Okay, well, with manual control, I do have a screen there. See that? I can see myself there. Let's try it out. Kind of cool. Let's see if we can actually record before we take off in this mode. Pressing it. Okay, cool. So if you decide to record and use it as a handheld camera, you can. And let's try to take off. Hi, hover. Take off.
Manual control.
Okay. That was cool.
Updated. The current location is now the home point.
Did you hear that? So it updated its home point as the current location. So when it gets low, I'm thinking it's going to follow me, but it's not because I am in manual control. So say we kind of want to just fly down the road here. Let's see what our range is. Let's pick it up. Wow, there's the sunset there. You know what would be good in this instance is HDR. And this little guy on the right here, I think I can rotate the camera. Yep. So by the record button, I can rotate the camera up and down. That's great. I can move the drone around if I want to. Let's just fly out here and see how far we can get, okay? It's probably not going to be that far of range, but we'll just give it a little try here. We'll just go down the road. I'm going through a bunch of trees and stuff. But this is with just the cell phone, remember? Getting a little jittery. Out on the road. Yep. See what happens when it loses signal. Wow, that was interesting. It says I have no Wi-Fi, but I'm still able to kind of control it. Out there on the road, it's having a hard time linking. We are 124 meters away. I should have checked for a imperial setting change, but at least you can do meters. Wow, I'm surprised we're still moving here. And we still have connection with the phone. That's crazy. Usually it's not that far. Hovering and I'm moving the gimbal. It's getting cold out here, guys. Anyway, that's 4K 60. There's kind of our sunset. I'm getting cold. It's time to go inside and we'll do more tomorrow. Let's just see how far we can get with the phone and then we'll come on back. Still able to push it, just holding the phone a little higher. I'll have the video up for you guys as well as showing you what I'm doing here with my hands. And let's see if it has like a certain amount of time before it will just come home if it loses connection. Still flying forward. Yeah, it looks like that's our max, about 160 meters through these trees and stuff. Let's see if it'll come home if it loses connection. What can we do? Okay, there we go. It's kind of covered up by my phone camera there, but you can return or land, which is great. So apparently it has GPS on it. Let's return. Got to click and hold it. And I'm still going to leave the recording up. Let's just see from the drone's perspective what it does.
Returning to the home point.
Returning to the
Please
home
ensure
point.
safe flight.
So remember, it's going to return right over here, which will be interesting. I do hear it out there, but I'm just kind of wondering what's up here. Oh, my screen wasn't frozen. It's deciding not to come home. It got into the connection and then it just sat there. So if you think it's going to come home, maybe not. Let's try again. Return. That's kind of scary.
Returning to the home point. Please ensure safe flight.
There it goes. Okay, that was a little weird. So be ready for that. If it kind of goes in and out of connection, it might just be sitting there hovering for a while. Looks like that time it took. So kind of cool. We can move the camera up and down while it's returning home. I'm going to give it a full downward shot here. And here we go. Whoa, whoa. Why so fast, dude? Anyway, it stopped recording. I'll have had the video up of that so you can see how it's going. Because we have a low light situation right now, I want to go into settings, guys, and I want to go into HDR. And I just want to see how that looks. Here's all our settings in this manual mode. That's cool. Cool overlay here. So we can immediately adjust all this stuff. Let's go HDR. Only can do 4K in HDR, but we can still do 60. Okay, I'm just going to tap middle of the screen, get rid of that. Let's try that flight again in HDR and see if we can see any difference, okay? If we didn't want to take off manually, we can press here and we can take off from the screen, just like the return we did. So let's get back up here, guys. Going straight up. Don't want to hit that tree, should clear it, yeah. So I'll have that video for you up there. And let's see if HDR is any better on the drone. Okay. So keep an eye on this camera. I want to see if it's clearer, if it's any different than without the HDR. We'll just go do the same flight here. And
low battery. Please return home
okay,
immediately.
guys, we have a low battery. Wow, that is a loud sound, isn't it? I just want to get the sunset here like we did with the non-HDR mode. So it's not automatically returning home. This is interesting.
Low battery.
Okay.
Please return home or take manual control.
So it looks like I need to, this just popped up. I'm going to press and hold return. We'll do more testing, guys, when we get,
please ensure safe flight.
that sucker's going fast, man. It just went up and it stopped. There it goes, going forward now. Okay. Let's bring this camera down again like we did last time. And it looks like that home position is pretty accurate. I mean, it's going to get you within, looks like a few feet. It was a little more to the left where it took off. But see how it just hammers it down so fast? Up, 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 up.
Low battery. Please return home or take manual.
Man, it was down at the ground and then I just forced it up because I didn't want it to land on the gravel, and that seemed to work. So you can kind of take over control, it looks like. We're going to do a lot more. Hang in there if you want to see a lot more on this drone, because there's a lot more to do. We're going to do it all in the same video, so hang in there. We're not done. We're going to wait till we get a little more light, but it'll be interesting to see how that low light performance was. I'll see you in a sec. Okay guys, a little brighter today. Yeah, so this is the next day and I just want to go through a few more things on foot, and then we're gonna get on the scooter or a bike or something and do some riding around and see how it tracks. Now that we have it activated on the phone, I'm not even gonna put the phone on. I'm just gonna see how it is if you don't have a phone and you just want to run it like this. So I'm just gonna leave it in its HDR 60 frames per second in 4K. And let's launch, let's do some walking around. And then we'll change some modes. By the way, you see how I just have the power case strapped around me there, so it's super convenient. I'm gonna be taking this skiing very soon here. I think what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna just kind of run around here and see if it crashes. Whoa, it's just staying over there. This is weird. Was not ready for that. What the heck, dude? No, don't land in the snow. Oh my gosh. This is the kind of stuff you'll find on my channel. Not everything works perfect and I show it. Let's go follow flat and we're at follow mid. It should have no problem following. See if it does it again. I mean, it's supposed to have somewhat obstacle avoidance. So let's walk through the snow here and through the trees. And let's see how good it is at following. Just in this regular follow mode. You know, there's other modes that we're gonna try right after this. And look at that, it's just stopping over there again. And now it's gonna try to land. So I gotta put my hand out to catch it before it goes in the snow. Let's try a dolly track. Okay, middle dolly track, let's see what it does. Cool, now it's tracking from the front, see that? So I can walk like this. I'll take off the hat like if you're vlogging or whatever, and you have a mic. Whatever you wanna do. It seems like it is remembering the position it is in front of me, so that's good. And anyway, that's what dolly track's all about. I'm gonna cut to the right here real quick. So I'm gonna go this way and see if it stays in the front of me or if it's gonna hit a tree or what. Okay, trying to stay in the front, good. Let's keep turning here. Try to get away from it. Wow, so dolly track is better than follow, it seems. Now it's staying behind me, which is interesting. So, like, if I don't have a phone on me, what do? I can't really get it back to the front of me, right? So, kind of frustrating in that aspect. It's not like you can just hold out your hand like you can with the Neo 2. The Neo 2, you could do this and you could position it anywhere. So it doesn't have that hand tracking. Let's see if it can track me through this route again. Look at this. So now it's tracking me fine. That's really interesting. Oh. Looks like it may have started to hit that tree. Interesting. So look at this, guys. It just completely lost track of me. It seems like it should retrack. I'm trying to get it to retrack on me, going in front of it, and it's not retracking. So it seems like it's just gonna sit there until it runs out of power. Do not like that. Let's get it back in the hand here.
Device collision detected.
Let's see if we do this dolly track again and go through these trees right here. If that sensor on the back can detect them. So it seems like the orange blinking is collision and it will just sit there, which I really do not like. I want to see if I go straight back, if it'll hit this tree right in front of us or if it'll stop. Yeah, see, so what is that camera really doing? Okay guys, good example of that tone. You hear that? That's the crash tone, and it will keep doing that until you press that button. All right, so good to know. Going through a lot of things, but honestly, I don't know what this camera is doing at all, or these cameras back here, because it couldn't even detect that tree with all of those needles on it, all those green needles. Let's see if it can detect this solid aspen tree right here. Whoa, it went right by it. So with dolly track, okay. I stood still for a second and then it actually came towards me. It seemed like it might have been dodging a trunk. Let's just try it right here on this cluster of trees right here and see if we can get it to crash if we're just walking towards it, okay?
Middle. Dolly track.
Let's go ahead and just walk straight towards it and see if it crashes. It's got those cameras on the back. Hey, it worked. So it stopped there. It's not bypassing. So you see that? It's just keeping itself about a half a foot from that tree, and it wouldn't bypass. So it's good that it stops, and it seems to be following me. It's hitting those branches slightly, so just not really perfect, as good as I wanted it to be, but still working. The rear obstacle avoidance with that built-in camera in the back, whoa, a little bit icy here, is definitely going to be better than it seems the front. Let's try to go around this tree and see what it does. Yeah, it just hit that branch. You could hear all that noise. And it's just not retracking me. Let's see if I get back up here to it. Do you see how this orange light's flashing now? It knows it kind of crashed and hit something. It won't do anything unless you bring your phone up or whatever. So really disappointed that it can't retrack. So you got to come back to it.
Device collision detected.
Anyway, we know how that works. Let's try maybe a couple of different modes here. Let's try a zoom out and see if it'll hit that tree.
9 meters. Zoom out.
Zoom in out. Man. So it's stuck in that cluster. It's hitting trees. Wow, that's interesting. That time look, it's coming back. So it looks like it's coming back to its home point if it hits trees. But if it's following you, is it still following you? Okay, yeah, it's still following. So I don't know what was up with it when it was following me, and it just would not retract.
Device collision detected.
That time it retracked no problem. So very interesting. It seems like they have some work to do on their software to make sure in every mode that it retracts you or it comes back to you somehow. So you can see it just kind of bouncing around in those trees. So the obstacle avoidance really isn't that great, and I think we've kind of beat that to death by now. 35% power left on this LCD screen here.
Orbit.
Let's try an orbit. 360, 720, 1080. Let's try 4 meters, and we'll get kind of close to this tree in this kind of encroached environment. Never know till you try.
Orbit.
All right, 6 meters orbit. So it's gonna go out. It's orbiting to the left. Boom. All right, so don't use this drone in any kind of cluttered environment. Whoa, we gotta watch out for these yucca plants. Got a little bit of ice and snow on the bottom here in the cages. And you can see how it just gets all over the sensors and everything. So you're gonna have to have open space with this drone, guys. This definitely isn't a drone that you can have in any kind of tight environment. Let's see if we can get at least a partial orbit in.
4 meters. Orbit.
There, now the red light's on now. So that's working pretty well. Take a look at the video, but look at when it gets over there. Ooh, it's gonna crash. Oh man, it just missed that tree. Woo, that was close. So I'm curious to know if the camera was moving and tracking me while I was stepping out of the way. Boy, yeah, look at that. It'll just like run into you. It just wants to go right back to where it left off. So keep that in mind. Let's try a 4 meter spiral. I don't know what it's gonna do. Right in the same spot we were.
4 meters. Spiral.
Took a while to start that. So it's going to the right this time. Yep. And it's going to orbit and spiral up. That's pretty cool. But remember, it will crash going sideways. And now it's, oh, kind of like a boomerang. Okay. It's coming back in close now. Woohoo! Let's see if it, yeah, and then it goes right back to where it launched. So that could be good in a way. We'll land it again. Bird's eye view. Let's see what this is. Let's do spin on. This is probably like a rocket. Click.
Long distance detected. Please ensure ample flight space. 30
Okay.
meters. Bird's eye.
Selfie or kind of a rocket. Let's see. So she's gonna go out before she starts recording. It's right above us. Yep, it's basically a rocket. Woohoo! And remember, I added some spin to it. So you can add, or you can have it spin, or you can have the spin off. Basically, 30 meters, it readjusts, and then it comes right back down. And I step back a little bit, but it looks like it's gonna go right back down to where it took off. Don't want you to land, pal. Whoa, that was kind of weird. What's going on here?
Low battery.
Just had a low battery
Press
announcement.
any button to stop broadcasting sound.
I guess it thinks it crashed because it couldn't find my hand or something. So that was kind of weird. It seems like in some of those instances, it just comes back really low. I don't like that. I wish it kind of came back to its original launch height. What I want to do now is get on a scooter or a bike, maybe a bike since it has a bike mode. See if we can do some of these functions while it's tracking, like the dolly track in front or whatever, and how fast and how good it is at avoiding obstacles and keeping up. So let's hop on a bike and try that out. Okay guys, we're going to be hopping on a bike now, but I just wanted to let you know a little tidbit about this power case. Wouldn't it be cool to be able to pop a battery in here somehow and have it charging when you have this case? But unfortunately, you'll have to either charge it on the drone or on that other multi-charger. Something they definitely may want to think about. And I think that would make it just that much better, being able to charge a loose battery in this cool power case. Yeah, so let's just keep it on flat and mid for now, and then we could adjust it a little bit later once we get down the road. So let's see how good it tracks us on a bike.
Middle. Cycling mode.
Get on this bad boy and just start hauling. Go down this driveway first. I do like this bag. You see how you can just kind of drape it over your shoulders and it locks in really well. It's comfortable. So this is probably what you'd be doing if you were skiing. Remember, we have that cycling bag we can put down here. All right, let's see what that video is like, guys. 4K, 60 frames per second. And it is in HDR mode. Okay, so I'm gonna gradually start going faster. I'm at 10 miles per hour right now. 15. I'm gonna get up to 20 and see if it can keep up. This is 20. I can hear it back there. So it sounds like it's keeping up. Whoa, a little bit of slush here. So this is 20 miles per hour. The maximum this electric bike can go with throttle. As you can see, I'm not pedaling. Do some swerving, see how the camera handles it. I can hear it back there, so it seems like it's keeping up. Try this sharp corner. All right, not bad. We'll go down here. There's our neighbor. Hi. Going 23, 24. I'm gonna turn around right here. Yeah, well, you know what? Better than remember the Neo 1 couldn't keep up like this, so good on you, HOVERAir X1 ProMax. You're doing good. Let's haul it around this corner. We'll get right around here. Let's stop in the sun. I'm gonna slam on the brakes. Whoa. I was ready for it to hit me on that one, but it stopped like half a foot before my face. All right, so that worked pretty good, man. Let's land this little bad boy. 74%. Let's try some. Fortunately, see, so that's the thing, is you can't choose to track you from the front unless it seems like you're in dolly mode. So I think it's going to resort to me passing it and tracking from the back, but let's just double check that.
Far. Cycling mode.
Okay. It's supposed to be going far, but that seems pretty close, doesn't it? So if I go up to it, look at that. It's not going to move out of the way. So I have to pass it, and then it will just track me from the back, it seems, at the given settings. So let's try it. So it looked like it started to go up and went a little farther back. So unfortunately, guys, can't track from any other direction except the rear. Whoa, that was some ice right there. That was spooky, man. So we'll get through this ice. I should have used a bike that has fenders on it. We'll get through this ice, see how that footage is from far. Slamming on the brakes. All right, seems to stop very well. And it kept me in track, that's good. Cool, well, at least you know what cycling mode can do. Unfortunately, right now, guys, look at the trails. There's snow and mud all through these trails. I'm not gonna attempt to go through there. We kind of saw how it's not great at tracking through tight stuff, even while walking. So I can imagine riding a bike fast through these trails, it's gonna have a really hard time. Maybe we'll do that when the trail dries up. So stay tuned and subscribe, and I'll make another video of just kind of hardcore single track biking down these trails once they dry out. I'm probably gonna have to do a dolly track, okay? If I want to track in front of me on a bike. Let's see if it can do it. All we can do is give it a try and see what it really does, right? That's what my videos are all about.
Far. Dolly track.
And go. So let's see how fast and how long it can stay in the front of us. 5 miles per hour. Kickstand is down. Let's get that up. 10 miles per hour. Let's pick it up. Can we go the same speed? Let's try it. That's actually not bad. Going a little bit to the right there. Going 16. Woo! Oh crap. Whoa, it went way out there on by the trees. Looks like it's almost ready to hit trees, but it's still tracking me. See how it's like wandering side to side? Let's get this straightaway going, and I'm gonna book it down here. Okay, going fast. Whoa, ooh! It just nailed a tree, man. So that feature is great. Turn that feature on, guys, ASAP, that makes it beep. It's right down there across this little trench. Okay, great feature. Boy, it really nailed that tree, man. Not even really any scratching at all. So definitely gonna be a durable little drone. Let's do kind of maybe a mid, since we have, how much battery do we have left? 50%, nice, not bad flight time.
Middle. Dolly track.
So let's see if this does any better at faster speeds, okay? It looks like you are gonna wanna do a gradual acceleration because it kind of goes in spurts. Well, that's definitely a little safer being closer, but I'm not sure how it's keeping me in the camera. Seems like it's a little too close. Ah, water splatter. I'm gonna floor it and see if it can keep up. Full speed ahead. It's going pretty wide over there. Man, it's almost crashing into those trees. And it looks like it's trying to resort to the rear. So see what dolly track does, guys? If I go slow back down this way, it's not even attempting to get back into the front. So we'll just go down, give it a little more time to possibly get to the front, but I don't think so. Dolly track just kind of resorts to follow mode. it seems. Let's go ahead and stop right here in this warm, sunny spot. Let's grab her and try something else. Okay, so now it's going away from me. There you go. You just stand still and it comes up towards you and stops recording, okay? You know what? Since we have to use this battery up and I have 29% left, we're gonna do a close from the side, see how that works. Just launch it from the side and see if it can maintain that side angle. It's got me, and let's go. Wow, it just resorted to the front already. That's too bad, or the rear. That's too bad, man. Let's see what happens if we just spin around like this. And it retracts us, and now we're facing it. And let's see, getting kind of close. This might be a little too close for a bike. But if you really don't want it to crash, and you're in a tighter space, this might be what you want to do. Let's see. Well, if I want a side view, maybe I just have to go faster on a bike, right? It'll be interesting how it's keeping me in view. I'm going about 15 right now. 17. We'll spin around here. Whoa. Oh, ooh. Battery fell out. All right, you saw it here first, guys. So came around, I thought I was gonna miss that stuff, but then it decided to come right at me, and it has no obstacle detection in the front. Hit that sign, hit the ground, and here it is. Boy, just showing all the things. That time since it landed on the asphalt, look at this. I've got chewed up plastic on the top. The camera looks like it was protected very well by these guys coming out here. We'll see if that file is good. If it's not and corrupt, I will have up on the screen that it was corrupted if it couldn't save, or I couldn't possibly uncorrupt it. Now am I having trouble getting this battery back in, or is that just me? It's almost like it got tweaked a little bit. There we go, snapped in. Boy, that really snaps in tight. It really takes a hard hit for that thing to come out, but it did pop out. I mean, you hit asphalt or concrete. Hopefully you could see it on the camera. It hit the sign, it didn't pop out until it hit the asphalt. Try to use up this last 10% of the battery. Oh, it won't even let us launch. So look at that, 10%.
Low battery.
And I can't even get a quick little shot at 10% battery. So let's get all that stuff together. We'll get the beacon, the controller, and we'll see all that stuff work. So hang in there. This is going to be a long one. Now let's go ahead and check out the beacon. You know how there's that bike mount and also this bike bag. Since this is a cycling combo, I just want to put this bag on the frame, see how that works. And just a little note, guys, check this out. Remember that 10% battery? Well, it charged to 100% in here. I just left it in the case overnight. And we have one light down. So effectively, you're gonna get like 4 battery charges off of this power case. So that's good to know. Here we go. I think this is a good spot for it. All right, so I just have it strapped around the battery. Obviously, you can put it wherever you want. If you have a rack, put it on your rack. But this looks like the spot where I'm gonna be putting this bag. Let's get in here, get the beacon out. And also get that kind of bike handlebar mount. Get it on the bike mount first, get it all tight. So remember, you can use the beacon alone, like I'm doing now, or you can have it connected to the controller on this side because we have this. There we go. So we're gonna have it right next to our bike screen, and we're gonna see how that works. There's a little power button on the right side, so I'm just gonna hold that in. I did charge this overnight. On the screen, what to do: get close and power on your drone. So clicking and holding the power on, and we're just going to follow the instructions.
Dolly track.
Scanned, searching. One scanned. Can we press on that? There we go. HOVERAir ProMax connect. Cool. All right. Well, that was easy. I didn't have to hold until it was blue. Let's check out the tutorial real fast. Start, short press, emergency stop. That's kind of like the pause button here. All right, we can just scroll over. Next, long press, return to home, short press, exit, return to home. We can swipe. As you can see, it's a touch screen. Very colorful. I'm loving the colors here. Records audio. Okay, so this has a microphone on it too. Press and hold to control hover using the motion control. Okay, so it looks like what they're talking about, if you go ahead and you use your joystick with the beacon, you can control it kind of like you would with the Neo 2 with your hand, but that has hand recognition. This is just going to recognize the beacon. And check it out, guys. It does look like there's an update available. Interesting. I'm not sure how it's knowing that right now. So it's just going to go through. It looks like it's going about 1% per second. So that should just take another minute. Okay, and while that's updating, I just went ahead and grabbed the right hand stick, and that's kind of what it showed in the little tutorial there. I'm gonna just unmagnetize this and magnetize it and stick it. Wow, that was interesting. So the drone already said manual control when I put the stick on. And here's that little trigger button I was talking about right here. So we can click and hold it and we can move it around. And we'll do that just after this update. I just like to show this stuff. Just finished downloading and now it's switched to install. And that's going quick. That's like 2 to 3% per second. Pretty quick. It looks like about a 2-minute update here. That just finished and now it's saying installing. Please keep the device powered on. Drone just kind of disconnected from this because it's rebooting. And so it reverted back to its hands-free mode because the drone's still on. And there we go. Just had a vibration in here and this guy just restarted. Let's see. It's saying push and hold this button to turn the light blue, but it seemed like it found it before, so I'm not going to do that.
Manual control.
There you go. See how it just recognized everything? And that is way cool. Check this out, guys. I have a little screen on the beacon so you can see what the drone is seeing. That's fantastic. So we go to this little green icon here, and check this out. We have all the stuff. Spiral, manual.
Angle track.
Angle track, that's a different one that we didn't see before. Click off that onto the screen, and what happens if we just press record? You can monitor that while you're using it as a camera, even if you're not in flight, which is pretty neat. And then it looks like this is our little picture button. Okay, cool. So you can take little photo snapshots. So that's cool. You can take snapshots even though you're recording. Slide to the right. Oh, interesting. So we have our settings here, EV, ISO, and if we slide from the left, anything there? Nothing. Slide up. All right. So we have co-pilot flight, duration continuous, auto correction, distance far, altitude high, control direction outwards. So it opens up like a whole new series of settings and everything if you have the beacon. That's pretty awesome. Click on shoot. You see how we have flight and shoot here? HLG, slow-mo, H-log, HDR. Slide that back down and then we slide from the top down. Check this out. Shoop. Beacon menu, my hover, update, sound recording. We'll try that. I noticed that there was a little red next to update. So joystick update. Okay, remember I didn't have the joystick connected when I was doing that other update. So let's do that. The left-hand joystick is kind of just like a redundant joystick, but we'll see. I mean, a little bit later, we'll put the phone in and we'll see if that needs an update too. So that was super fast update, joystick, A update. It looks like we are done. So you have most of the settings that you did in the app on the phone, if not more on this, which is very interesting. My question is, how do we take off from the controller? I guess we can't. We'll just try a little quick manual control real fast.
Manual control.
All right. Oh, cool, man. So see this? Moving the stick left, right, turns it. It's not even recording yet, so I'm gonna press record. Right there. Heard a little tone. And so now I can go up and down and I can move it around, okay? So a little bit windy. The breeze is actually coming up. You can see those trees blowing around. So now I'm gonna press the, see how nothing's happening if I wave it? I'm gonna press this trigger button right here and hold it. Oh wow, that's bringing it closer. Oh, okay. So up, gets you farther away. And then it just gets closer when I go down. I thought I was gonna move it all the way around, but that's how it's working right now. Let's spin it around so we face the camera the other way. Up, down, and then left to right. Just spin, very slowly moving that way. See that? So it's not super fast response, but you can use this to put it anywhere you want. And then remember, up, close, down, farther away. So it's just a slower left and right kind of strafing or rolling than I thought it would be. Interesting, huh? Let's go a little bit further out and up. We'll go up, we'll go way up. So I'll have the video up for you guys to see this. And from the drone and also what I'm doing with my hand. And then remember, just moving this thumbstick just turns it, right? So turn back, get a shot of the house. Let's see how high we can go up with this. A little bit funky when you have just this, because then you have to use your other hand and maybe use your thumb to bring the camera down. But it is working. Man, that thing is screaming up there. Woo! So like if we're up here and then we wanted to get like a kind of a rocket, you know, panning shot. There we go. I'm just slowly turning the controller. So one-handed use is definitely, you know, possible with this thing. I'm going to press in the controller again with my trigger finger. And I want to see if I, from here, from this high, move it left and right. I don't know if that's doing anything. Really hard to tell. Okay, there we go. Getting closer. And then I'm going up. And you see how the drone's moving back and getting further away. High wind detected. Okay, it detects wind up there. But what I wanted to do is see if I could go left or right. It's just coming forward again. So maybe when you're far away, you can't really go left or right, guys. You know, we can always move our camera up and down. Let's get a little bit of that skyline there. Cool. Would have been neat if you could have done the camera movement with this little stick here. But that doesn't seem to be doing anything, nor does, oh, this one does. Okay. I take that back, guys. Look at this little right stick. I'm able to pan the camera up and down with it. I guess I was just pressing it too quick before. So you see that?
Returning to the beacon point. Please ensure safe flight.
Okay. So it kind of lost connection. And man, it's screaming back to the beacon. Let me see if I can tilt the camera down while it's doing this so you guys can see where I'm at. So it looks like it just kind of initiated a return to home on its own. It might have been a little bit too far away. And here she comes, guys, coming on down. Cool. And then I have this little thing that comes up. Do I want to land or just continue flying or fly to the beacon? I'm going to press continue flying. So we have these little tiny icons up here, the beacon and the drone. The drone looks like it's right around 25% right now. Doesn't really give you a percentage, but there's a green circle around it. It just seemed like it wouldn't move if I was really far away when I was up high. Let's try that again. Let's just get above the trees. And I'm just going to point it at it, pull the trigger again and hold it. Oh, it's working. Yeah, okay, it's working. I'm not sure how far it'll work like that, but it is working. It's rolling left to right very slowly. That's pretty cool. Well, let's try to get way out there. Let's go up and far out. See how far we can go, guys. I'm just gonna go way out there.
Low battery. Please return home immediately.
Okay, it's activating RTH.
Please return home immediately.
I'm hearing the speaker here.
Low
I'm
battery.
still holding the
Please
trigger.
return home immediately. Low battery. Please return home immediately. Low battery. Please return home immediately.
All right.
Low battery.
So
Please
kind of
return
scary.
home
It looks like it's not going to return to home on low battery.
Low-
Oh, there it goes.
Returning to the beacon point.
Okay, it did that on its own. So it does have a return to home. It just gives you like a 10-second warning. I felt the controller here vibrate. I do want to try to bring my camera down again. Still recording, that's great. Man, it sure is screaming up there. You hear that? That's a kind of a crazy sound there. Let's see as it's coming down. I can't rotate left or right. All I can do is pitch the camera and return to home. Okay, guys? And it's returning, look at that, right at me. And now I have manual control again. Okay, it just went into kind of auto landing. I'm gonna pick it up. Hey, guess what, guys? This will be the one we do where we kill the battery to 0. Because I can still hold it up with my thumb. Look at that. If I take my thumb off, it wants to land. See that? Wants to keep going down. But I can push it up with my thumb and it stays up. You can still move it around. So we'll just eat this battery up to 0 and see what happens. Is it going to hit the ground? Is it going to land? What? We don't know. So we'll just keep flying it around. Just go right over the gravel here. Kind of sketchy to go over the gravel with those sensors right on the bottom, but maybe I'll go over the ice over there. Oh, there it goes. That's it. So that was at the point where it just landed and hit pretty hard, actually. You saw that. So not advisable over gravel. Yeah, it looks like it kind of nicked one of these sensors a little. There's a little bit of rock damage on there. Looks like the drone just shut off, so that's a good thing. It's just gonna shut off when the battery's that low and it force lands. The battery's a little warm, so I'm gonna pop this on the charger right now. Let's go ahead and get the beacon on the bike, see if we can do some more stuff, if it's any better following the bike and stuff. And then we'll get the phone in the controller and control it like a regular drone. New battery in here. There it goes. Looks like it's auto connecting this time, which is convenient.
Middle. Cycling mode.
All right. Oh, neat. Okay, this is great. On the actual screen right here, I can see that it is tracking me. Let's not eat it on the ice. And it has a little reticle on the screen. It automatically started recording, which is great. A little bouncy for my liking. This little guy is just bouncing around like crazy. Let's just get down here to the road. And we'll see what we can kind of do with this little beacon here. Let's just see what happens. Can we move it left or right? Oh, cool. Okay. A little windy here, but I am pressing this little joystick to the left. And check this out. Love it. So it seems like you can move it around, but it's not going to stay there. So see how I'm slowly moving and it's getting back to the back of me? Let's see if we go up. Push it up. Oh, that's going closer. Okay. Limit reached. Okay. You see that limit on the screen? You only can go so close. Let's see if it'll stay at this distance though and track me. So it looks like possibly you can choose your distance, but not your angle here. Like it. I'm going to take a little quick snapshot. Cool. Let's just drive down this road. Remember, we're doing 4K 60 right now. Recording. Whew, it's cold today, man. Yikes. It is getting in the afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock. Let's try to go fast and kind of get it closer while I'm going fast. I'm pushing up on the stick here. There, and it said max limit reached. So it's not going to go any closer, at least what it thinks on the beacon. And let's see how, if it like decided to follow me, it's like super close now. Yeah. You see how it's pretty close? And then I can bring it lower or higher with what? This other stick? Let's try. Yes. Okay, cool. So let's get it a little further back and let's go as low as we can. Max limit reached. Cool. So it's not going to hit the ground. It tells you when it maxes out. Let's do a low follow real quick. See how that looks. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I know it's not the best, but at least you have an idea. Cool. Let's try that run again, going fast on low setting. It is pretty windy. Wow, it's pretty locked onto me, man. I was going 20 right there. I'm liking this little beacon. That's fantastic. Let's do a couple swerves, get on back around here. Booking on back. So it keeps up good. I can say that much for this little guy. Awesome. And let's try something else. Let's see if we can go into other modes. Possibly when it's in recording. No. You see how that's kind of like a washed out picture. So I want to bring it over to the left here. Anyway, you could do an easy orbit here. So this is how you could do an orbit with the beacon. You can just control it with this little thumb joystick here. So I'm just pressing the right thumbstick, and since it's locked onto me, I can kind of do an orbit. It's a little wonky, coming in and out a little bit. I kind of want to see how high and far I can go. Oops. I just accidentally pressed it in. See how the return to home came up? Accidentally pressed in that button. So a little higher. You could also do these kinds of shots, like a little bit of a rocket. Limit reached, and we're going to go back, okay? So we're at the highest limit reached, and then we're just going to go back as far as we can, and that's it. Let's see if we just tap in here and see if it pauses it. Emergency stop, enters manual control, confirm.
Activating manual control.
Current location is now the home point. I want to continue flying, and it tells me what the same functionality was I had before. So now I'm in manual control, just like we were with the joystick. Remember that? Up and back. Let's see how far we can go. Ooh, little selfie shot, manual. It's letting me go way further than tracking. See how far that is now? So I panic out. I'm like, dang, I got to get this thing back. Click and hold the right button.
Returning to the beacon point.
And it just does it automatically. See that? It looks like it stopped recording, so I'll go ahead and start recording again. So let's see if it just comes back right over my head here. See if we can bring that camera down. Yep, I can still bring the camera down. Can't adjust anything else, just the camera with the beacon alone. Look at that. So it's right there. Just canceled return to home when I kind of took over like that. Now I can fly it manually again with the control sticks, okay? Whoa, is it gonna land? No. Pushing up. Oh, the battery's low, that's why. So I'm gonna try to bring it in closer and catch it with my hand. Okay, interesting. We're at 6% on the battery. I hadn't seen that side follow before, so let's pop in another battery, do that, and then we'll hook up those joysticks in the phone and see if it just flies like a regular drone. I'll tell you what I want to do, guys, is I want to see if possibly I don't turn off the beacon, and I just want to pop another battery in real quick.
Cycling mode.
Yes, it does. It's automatically reconnecting. I see the video. Fantastic. I like that. Okay, little things like that make it just a lot easier. I don't have the angle follow here on the drone itself. Click on this little home button. I think that's where the functions were. There we go. So do we have that? There it is.
Angle track.
So angle track was nowhere on the drone itself. Maybe it only can do it with the beacon. Let's try it.
Middle. Angle track.
Let's see how this does. We're in angle track, and say I just want to have it at that angle and ride my bike. Hey, it's working. Okay, we found out how to do this, guys. You got to have the beacon. And then let's see if we can adjust it maybe a little further back. Definitely don't want to hit the trees over there, but I want to just see if I can go a little further back. Yeah, so that left button again, clicking down. So that's pretty fantastic, man. That's a good side steady image of me riding a bike. I like that. It's hard for a lot of these mini drones to do this, and this is doing it really well. Do one of these. Let's see if it can remember what side it was tracking, right? Or is it just going to resort? Okay, it's staying on that side, so it's not determining where the left and right side of me is. It's just staying at its point in space. So I'm okay with that. You could always move it around manually if you wanted, and we'll do that when we come up on the cul-de-sac here. I'm gonna go a little faster, see if it can maybe keep up. And I'm gonna click the left stick of the beacon to the right and see if it can get a little bit more in front of me, like at a, yes, awesome. So not bad actually. Let's see if we go this way. Don't run into that sign again, dude. And let's see how fast it can keep up, okay? So it looks like it tries to catch up. And then if I slow down a little, hey man, not bad. So remember, it was in the front of me when I was going that way, but since I was at an angle and it stays where it's gonna be, now it's at the back angle of me, but it's at the same orientation it was. So I've got to grab the controller, and then if I wanted to get it back in the front of me, I've got to click and move it. So just pressing that left button on the beacon, that's pretty awesome. I kind of like that because it's not going to try to swing around. Like if you don't want it to hit any trees, it's not going to swing around to try to track your face again. Whoops, I just pressed the wrong way. I want it to go more in front of me. There we go. Right about there. All right, let's try to book it and see if it can keep up. So that's a pretty good shot, man. See how it's trying, it's trying, it's trying. It's not swaying around, so not bad at all. We'll see how the stability is on that. That's pretty good. Stop before it hits something. All right, guys, so you got to your biking destination and you want to do some manual, cool controller flying with your phone and these cool joysticks that you can just hook up and make this thing into kind of like a regular controller. So let's see how this thing all goes together and how easy it is to get it started. We already have the app on the phone, so I'm just pulling out the right and left joysticks here and clipping them on, making sure that they're not going to come off, and then you just kind of pull these guys down. So if you wanted to just fly it from the screen, I guess you could just fly it like that. So maybe we'll just try that really quick first and see how it functions by just using this screen, if we possibly can. And then I'll pop my phone in there and we'll see if the phone is the same way. Just turned on the drone, let's turn on the beacon. Feeling a vibration.
Angle track.
It does look like it's auto connecting. Manual control on, and it's in landscape mode, so it did that all by itself. That's great. Let's see if there's any way we can launch it with the sticks. Pull down and in. Wow, it does it. That's really cool. Down and out. Also arms the propellers, pushing up. Whoa. That was crazy. I wanted to go forward. There we go. So this guy here is talking to me. It does have a speaker in here, just like you saw before. Let me start that recording before we do anything. All right. So we can just fly it like a regular drone. Left stick is turning the head and going up and down. Right stick is rolling and going forward and back. Okay? So it can fly it just like a traditional drone, although it's kind of a high, whiny drone, right? But that's okay. At least we have the ability and all this portability of all this stuff. Fantastic. So we'll just do a quick flight out here if you just did not want to have your phone hooked up and you just wanted to get a quick shot and just look at the screen down here and do some kind of FPV flying. Look at this. I'm able to fly out. This is full speed. So it looks like we have our distance and our, is that our height? Let's see. Yeah, so that right number there, 50, 60 meters, that's our distance from home, and then the 26 meter on the left is our height. And go up and down. So I've been recording that. What if we want to go home? Hey, I want to just go home. Let me just take one shot or a couple of pictures. I'm not sure if it's taking it from the camera or it's like screenshotting it. Let's get a sunset shot. Well, getting a little bit of lag here. Reconnecting. See that? So range, maybe not so great on this one. Okay, I'm back in connection. Or is it coming home? Looks like it might be coming home now. Okay. We'll just let it come home. So that's the failsafe you can set. Remember to land or return to home, just like other drones. And if I wanted to... Oh, okay. We can take pictures with that little trigger button that we used. It does seem like it's just screaming home here. Yeah. Oh, okay. There we go. I didn't see that. So we do have a left roller here. And look at that. I can bring the camera down. So at least it's returning to home, and all that's working pretty darn good in manual mode, even just with this controller. And then, so it's returning here, and it's kind of letting me take over, and it stopped recording. Anyway, I'm going to land this bad boy. See if this still works where we just put our hand under it. Yep. Awesome.
Insufficient propulsion.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you hear that? Insufficient propulsion. So when it starts screaming, it starts having some issues keeping up with that amperage to the motors. Anyway, that was really cool. It's good to know that if you wanted to, you can just fly it like this. You probably could leave these sticks in and fly it like that too if you wanted to. But it's a little more comfortable with the hands, even if you don't have a phone in, to fly it like that. Let me pop the phone in now, and let's try it out. Plug into the top. Launch hover. Oh, you can do HOVERair too. I didn't see that. So if you wanted to, kind of like DJI does, you have a HOVERair for flyaways, signal loss, accidental water damage, accidental crash damage, and normal wear and tear. So check that out if you get this. So that's connected to the actual beacon and the control sticks. Now I'm going to plug in and see if we can auto launch the app and if we can get the interface and all that right. So USB connected, please check in the app. All right.
Angle track.
There we go. New device detected. Let's press that one. That was interesting. And confirm. Next page, kind of like just a little tutorial there. Smart preview. There we go. If we go manual control. All right, that's what it is. I was in smart preview. I guess that you could do that if you were like showing somebody the screen of what the drone was seeing. So I went into manual control, and this looks like what we need. So we'll go ahead and click the takeoff button here. We'll do an auto takeoff, but remember, we can also do the stick takeoff like that. It seems to still be working. I like how it shuts off if you're not going to take off immediately. That's a good safety feature. And let's just go ahead and hold this down and take off. All right, there we go. Looks like it's not going to start recording, so I'm going to start recording the video. Remember, this should be 4K 60. So just like we were flying before, guys, but I got this big screen as my view. So very cool. Looks like I can't really do much on here except like start and stop recording. Can we also take pictures? I'm going to stop that recording for just a second. Click on the camera. Yeah, so we can go into photo like other drones. And then we can take some photos. Let's go up here. Let's punch it up. That's how fast I can go. So we have more details on the phone screen. I can go about 1.5 meters per second up. Letting off and just hovering there. I'll take a couple photos up here and then we'll start the video again. So, kind of a cool shot. Little sunset shot. This should be HDR. I hope it didn't change back to any other mode. Anyway, let's see how high we can go. at that 1.5 meters. It looks like that's it. And it doesn't look like there's any other modes you can really choose. At least I don't see any like sport modes or anything like that. So anyway, let's take a couple of photos. I'll have those popping up on the screen. Just wanted to get a little higher. Beautiful but cold day today. All right, let's start recording video. It would be nice if I knew the video options exactly. Shooting settings. Right now it's at 30 frames per second, guys. So anyway, this will be the 30. Let's see if we can switch to 60 here. All right. So here we go. We should be 60 now. Let's go back because we want to have it consistent, right, across the video. So I better hurry up. I got 42%. So this is not a long flying drone. Unless I'm missing something, you can't really zoom unless you set it in the settings before you start flying. So guys, I'm pretty sure that this thing is not going to go very far, but it's kind of cool that we have a little compass on the bottom of the screen here where it shows like a little headlight for the drone. It's very small, but I can see which way the drone's facing, at least in the compass. The compass north, south, east, west stays the same. So as you can see, the drone went over to the east side because I'm flying east now. Let's just see how far this thing goes, okay? With the phone on the controller, no other antennas hooked up. I'm just gonna hold the controller kind of up at head level. And I'm really high up there, so I shouldn't really have much signal blocking. But looking on the top right, we can kind of see the signal turning red right there. It's turning red and then it's turning white again. Let's just see what happens here. I do have 40% power. It says I'm 180 meters away and we're going forward at 3 meters per second. I didn't see any other modes. If you guys do know if there's any other modes you can fly in,
please return home immediately.
Let me know.
Low battery. Please return home immediately.
Wow, that was interesting.
Low battery. Please return home immediately. Low battery. Please return home immediately.
It just dropped down to 27% quick.
Please return home immediately.
So anyway, that's kind of how this thing's flying, guys. It's getting a little laggy here.
Please return home immediately.
If you look at the camera. So beacon disconnected. Please confirm that your hover device and beacon are connected. Wow, that's interesting. I don't know what happened there. That was a weird error. So I want to get this thing back to me. Apparently it crashed. The app crashed or something. I want to just click and hold. I can hear it. So I think it is coming home, coming back. I hear it screaming back, so I'm just going to sit here and wait for it. That was kind of silly. So it's just like completely disconnected. I don't know what happened there. Let's try to unplug and replug. All right. Hover. Wow, it's... Dude, connect. It's landing over there. Go up, 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 up. It's landing in the trees, guys. So that was a weird disconnection from the app. Maybe a couple little glitches they need to work on, but it should be beeping. So I'm gonna run over there. At least it got back pretty close. And that's the thing about this drone. When it tells you the battery's low, you just gotta like book it home, man. Let's see if I can find it with its beeping. All right, you hear that? Great feature, and that's probably why it kind of lands and saves some power. Only saves like 6%. But
press any button to stop broadcasting. disgusting sound.
That was definitely kind of weird. Anyway, guys, it's getting a little late and cold. Let's just wrap this up with little pros and cons. I think this power case is awesome, but it sure would be nice to have another way to charge an extra battery in here. Great that it has 4K, 60, it even has 8K. We didn't really test the 8K. I don't really see much use of the 8K yet. That's just gonna be like a huge file and eat up a lot of space. The 60 frames per second would have been nice. Remember, I'll have the video up so you can decide for yourself how you like that video. It did seem like it stabilized that video pretty good. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Comment down below on how that 4K 60 frames per second HDR footage went. It's great how it's compactable, folding up like this. You can use it like a handheld camera if you wanted to just record. Really awesome that you have so many different ways to control it. It was really neat how it opened up that angle mode when we were on the bike. I really like that. It didn't seem like you could use that angle mode with anything except the beacon. So if you're getting this drone, I would definitely at least get the beacon. Really neat idea, but I'm not sure if it was executed perfectly. Remember, we had that weird disconnection out there when I was kind of flying it far. I'm not sure if that was just because it lost connection and that's like a glitch it has, or if there was something with these connections. You know, there's pins in here and everything locks together. Only going to be controlling it for, you know, a couple 100 meters with this controller. Enough speed to get up to 20 miles per hour to film everything I wanted to, but that's kind of where it ended, right? It crashes a lot. If you're in woods like this, in a wooded environment, you saw it for yourself. You know, no sugarcoating anything there. It was just, it would crash backing up. Once in a while it will stop because of this rear sensor. I'm not sure how well that actually sees stuff. Definitely from the front it's not seeing anything, it's crashing, and definitely not from the side. I was thinking this thing was going to be a lot better at avoiding obstacles than it was. If it was there, it fooled me. That's all I can say as far as obstacle avoidance goes. Anyway, guys, that's my review of the HOVERAir X1 ProMax. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We went through a lot of stuff, and if you stuck with me testing all this stuff, congratulations, you made it. Go ahead and give me a comment down below if you stuck through it to the end. It seems like this thing will be pretty good as long as you're not in like a cluttered environment. But once you get into clutter, watch out, because you're going to be crashing and bonking into things. It seems like it's really durable. If you were interested in this, I will have the link down below in the description on where you can get the HOVERAir X1 ProMax. Lots more to come, guys. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next one.